Dialed in
to Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these stuff.
because they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
And brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick, we saw each other for you being out of town a little bit there this weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a quick turnover.
It was, but you had a good time on your trip, huh?
I did, yeah. I say it was 85 degrees, sunny. Camera people could see how tan I am.
I think before we get into our episode tonight, we should talk about what we're drinking.
Yeah. I'm drinking City of Byron Center tap water. When's the last time you've heard? I might go grab a beer because it feels awkward, but
I'm also drinking tap water. I felt a little off yesterday and today, so I'm like, yeah, drinking's not a good idea. So just a water night for me. We should have an even more spirited argument, I'm sure, tonight.
say,
Because this time we'll be sober.
yeah, it'd be weird.
Yeah. So that's different for us, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Byron Township, for your delicious water.
Right?
So you got back from vacation and immediately we had an event on Saturday.
Say, yeah, immediately. I mean, gosh, 8 hours later, 9 hours later. Say,
So for those that don't know, we were at the Byron Township Comic Con, which, you know, it's more like a swap meet, maybe. They have some comic, like the 501st was there, obviously, dressed up in their Star Wars costumes, and you know there were some other groups, but for the most part, it's a lot of vendors just selling toys and comics and stuff.
yeah, and I mean, promoting comics like the books that they wrote or stuff like that. And you know, I enjoyed it quite a bit actually, even though like we were working for the most part, but like it felt like because the people that showed up, so many of them were in costume.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and so when you go to the con, you have, let's just call it 1,000 people, and then, you know, 5 of them are in costume. Where this, it was like you have 500 people, and it felt like half. I mean, it wasn't half, but it was. I'd say like I felt like a third of the people were in costume.
There were a
you know?
lot.
So,
I enjoyed the little kids coming dressed up
yeah. We definitely promoted Pops and Pennies quite a bit.
quite a bit.
Got rid of some swag material. We kept our promise to our TikTok viewers.
Yes. You know, it's funny because Mike's sitting there next to me while we're doing this, and he goes, "You really do need Nick because you don't want to talk." I'm like, I'm not that guy. I'm not outgoing. I just kind of want to sit in the corner and do my thing.
Right.
But Nick sees people and immediately he's like, "Hey, come over here. I need to tell you about something."
Say, yeah.
And people would just go, I mean, the kids even. I mean, you drew the kids in quickly. You just hold up we're not groomers. I'm going to say that right now. But you'd hold up a shiny sticker and they just run over because they wanted a shiny sticker.
Yeah. Well, you know, and how many adults would look and they would just look, and then all it takes is for me to just go, "Hey, how's it going?" Great. And then they'll comfortably walk over. And great. Let me tell you about what we have. Right. I mean, and you know, so it's welcoming, and that's, I don't know, that's what I do on a constant.
Well, the nice pull-in for us was, "Hey, do you want to win some free stuff?"
Hey, say, you know, say we learned a lot about what we could do to help ourselves next time, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're working on the 3-jar system. I've been Googling like crazy trying to figure out.
I got to get you some jars.
Yeah, that, and I mean, I'm working on other types of jars, and then the Tootsie Roll cans, they make those, and so
Like the banks?
yeah. So
I had a Tootsie Roll bank when I was a kid.
exactly.
It was awesome.
So you know, we could throw Bucks and Brew or Pops and Penny stickers on those and
Yeah.
things like that, and then of course I used to own a t-shirt company, so I can make stickers, and so we can put you know, investing / savings, and then spending and giving right on them. And you know, I was like, hey, I'm looking at one of your cups right now, and it's like people sell just, you know, random stickers for like superhero stuff, and
Oh yeah.
we'll just throw those out, and hey, decorate your cup and have fun with it, and you know, but leave this part alone so that way you can see it. So
Right.
you know, I wanted to sell dice, and then my wife was like, but I should have, right? Because I mean, amount of people that came over just because like there was dice on the table.
They
What's
were
this?
excited about
What's going
dice.
on with this? And I'm like, yeah, because right, we didn't make a dime.
No,
We're
we're really good at not making money at this.
We are. Let's say, but it was really fun for us. And I've done one of the craft fair when I did my own stuff or whatever, and I position, maybe it was, and people get into like, hey, I want this specific table for this reason, but I tell you, I mean, this one flew by. The time, the one I did, I was like, forget this. This is I've been here 10 hours too long, and this just it flew, so it was really quick. The more I think about like, hey, putting jar systems together and packaging or whatever, the more I'm like, that's more shit we have to carry.
It is.
So, shout out to Jack Razor who showed up and had his stuff out halfway through.
A little more than halfway through.
Yep. But he we promoted his stuff. That was and hopefully something comes of that for him.
Well, even he was focused on, I'm not going to sell anything, which, spoiler, he did not sell anything.
Right.
But again, I mean, he brought his stuff there after the majority of the people are already come and gone, because the most of them came in the morning.
Yeah, I say up until probably, because it lasted till 3, and I would say probably the first 2.5 hours. I mean, we had so much traffic.
Yeah.
The last 2.5 hours, it was like you can see it
A little bit here and
out.
there, yeah.
But I was really surprised by that. And people just show up and they want that deal like right then. So
But yeah, hopefully, people saw his stuff. We talked about him, and maybe he'll get some sales out of it.
yeah.
Again, it cost him nothing, so we're just trying to help out somebody that's been good to us.
I say helped us out like crazy.
Yeah.
I say vacation, wonderful time. Gosh, I do it for mental health reasons now versus more of getting away.
Yeah.
And we got fortunate. It was just beautiful weather the whole time. So budgeting wise, didn't go as planned, but nothing for that trip went as planned in the first place. So and then I say Comic-Con, man, there's so many people coming to the Detroit Con. That's crazy.
Motor City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Motor City usually gets a good haul.
That's
Did you see Rowdy Burns is coming?
yeah, I did. Yes, I did. And the guy that plays Mary Poppins, I can't even think of his name.
Michael Rooker.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's coming. At least that's what I seen the
Yep.
announcement. There's just quite a few really awesome things happening. And again, I enjoy. It's weird because how much I don't know about this stuff, and like
Mhm.
listening to you guys talk, I just laugh about it and go, yeah, I have no clue, right? And then people talk to me like I have any idea, and I'm like, nah.
Well, people came over to talk to you because you were sitting next to the 501st
Right.
booth, and they thought you might know something.
Yeah,
He left. He went over there.
right. Like Dave will be back in like an hour. You did quick trooping.
Very quick.
Yeah, you and Mike both. We will probably try to put a challenge up again, and if we meet the challenge, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I had fun. That was a fun little thing.
Yeah.
Gavin and Deanna showed up. They did not have a booth this year.
Yep.
And basically, Gavin said 2 things. One, it's cold as hell,
Mhm.
and loading and unloading all that stuff sucks in the cold. And 2, he's never made a bunch of money on it.
Right.
Like, after costs of everything, he might clear $60-70, and
Which
to
is-
give up a day off
Yep.
when you're a business owner, $70 isn't where it's at.
Right. And you're saying you're hoping to make a bunch more.
Yeah.
We so we have we'd like to get ourselves put out there a little bit more, right?
would.
We haven't looked at our listeners stuff since then, but I'm hoping we got a few more people that listen to some things. And then move forward to Monday, Tuesday, today, right?
Mhm.
So today I did a first for myself, right? I went to my first ever sheriff sale.
Yeah, I saw you post about
Yeah, that's
that's a thing for you, isn't it?
what's that?
Like that feeds into your gambling
Oh my
mentality, doesn't it?
goodness.
Yeah, it totally does.
Like the difference is like when you're gambling with that kind of money. So a sheriff sale, right, is a house that's been foreclosed on.
Mhm.
And the bank wants to be paid off. And like when I say cash, like I literally mean cash. Like this is
like right now.
yeah, this isn't I can go get finance. Like so you know, the everybody that shows up, and it's funny because places you're gonna rob, it'd be that one.
Because everybody has all this money.
Everybody has a check, right? And it's for the minimum of whatever they're buying. So let's just say it, you know, the house is going up for sale for 80 grand. Every person in that spot has a check for 80,000. And then if it goes up to like 85, you can make up the difference with like another check, or you know, you have an hour to go get the rest of the money, but you have to show up with the minimum if you were purchasing.
Okay.
Right. And so like looking around and like, wow, this is like all of a sudden you start putting money and you're like, damn, there's some money out here.
Yeah.
You know, on my way out there, I was talking about the price.
How many people were there?
There was only 3 at this one. This was in the middle of
so it was a
nowhere.
small one.
Yep. And honestly, the original price was $20,309.
Okay.
And so, and my morning was fun for me, also very exhilarating. So I'm assuming this thing's told it starts at 10, ends at 11, depending on however many you have. Granted, there's only one. Normally the lady puts it out ahead of time. She actually put it out this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Quickly do research. I'm like, man, this thing's worth 130 to 160,000 bucks. They want 20. I
Gotta go.
I have to get this. So I've dropped my kid off and I'm like, crap, I can't just leave. Like, all right, if I go to my bank, well, it's an hour and 5 minutes. Well, officially, bank doesn't open until 9. Okay, so now if I take an hour and 5, and let's say it takes them 5 minutes to cut my check, I'm there at 10:10. So I dropped my kid off, drove all the way out to Alpine, which is the farthest north of my banks will go, so I'm still 45 minutes out. But so I'm standing there 3 minutes, or well, it was 5 minutes to open, standing there like it's Black Friday, like waiting at the door.
Right.
If it was my normal bank, they'd open up for me because it'd be like, man, he doesn't just stand at the door. He needs something, right? They took forever. And then of course I get the new guy. No, nothing against him. It's just like,
He doesn't really know what he's doing.
right, dude, hey, I need to check. Like I have to go, and I have to go now, right? Like you have this. And then the branch manager is like, all right, well, I gotta go take care of the vault. No, he needs help. Like you need to be here. Then she gets on the phone and he's like, well, she's busy. And I was like, I'm not trying to be a dick, bud. Like, I don't care, right? Tell her to get over here to fix this now. Like, you're going to cost me $100 grand.
You're a customer standing here needing service and they aren't doing it.
Right. And then she comes over and she's like, well, if I'm not available, like this other girl is, just to help train you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, good, now you know for next time. So I got the check. I drove up there and I had 4 minutes to spare.
Okay.
So I run through the front door, get to talk to the security, you know, the cop that's there. And he's like, no, it's going to be around the backside of the building. So I run back to my car, drive around. I was like, hey, I'm here for the sheriff's sale. She's like, nope, it's held in the court office. So I drive all the way back to the front and I call the lady and I was like, look, I'm here. Where the hell do I go? Because this guy's telling me, and she goes, nope, just right in front of the courts. Like, I'll be there. And so I had the officers on he hears and he goes, yeah, I guess you're in the right spot. I was like, great. And then she's like, well, I'm going to give it 15 minutes and then we'll start. And I was like, shit.
All that rushing around for nothing.
Yeah. I was like, and she's like, if you're ever going to be late or whatever, just give me a call. And I, you know, as long as I know you're coming. I was like, great. Now we know. Right. But now I know where to go and things like that. And this was, again, Newaggle, which is, people that don't know, Grand Rapids is like the hot spot, right? This is an hour plus north. There's one house every half mile, you know, like it's just it's a rural area, right? Yes. The name of the company had the words rural service in it, you know, like they did the loan. Anyway, so get in there and all right, bidding starts. First guy's like, yep, I'll open it up. Guy goes 500 above. I go, 500. I go 1,000. He goes 500. I go 1,000. He goes 500. We get to a point and I was like, all right, I'm fine. Like I'm running my numbers through my head, and he, of course, he's trying to scare me out of it. So he's like, "Well, it's got back taxes owed on it," and I'm like, "Cool," because it's a scare tax. Oh shit, you don't know how much, like, because he knows I don't know how much it is.
Right.
But I'm in a rural area, and taxes
are cheaper.
Right, and so I'm sitting here going, okay, maximum's 3 years, right? Because then it would have gone to tax sale versus sheriff sale. So I'm like, all right, $3,600, whoop-dee. And so I was like, all right, and I plan random things to, I was like, there's going to be a water lien or something on it, right? But granted, it's a well, but I was like, there's going to be some other lien things that's going to be on it. Not a big deal, small. So as I'm driving up there, I called friends that do this every day, like every week, right? Like I have a buddy that he's averaging 1.5 houses a week on sheriff's sales from 6 different counties.
Okay.
And told him the price for 20 and it's worth like one. He's like, are you sure it's a first lien position? I was like, shit, I don't know. I go, how the hell do I figure that out? And he's like, well, I do it myself. And he goes, look, do you have a title company that will do stuff? I was like, hey, I'm not trying to cut you short. And he goes, no, you got to get on the phone with the title. So I was like, I'll call you back. Call my title. And I was like, hey, I need this run. And she goes, yeah, let me see what I can do. Couldn't find it right. Take 15 minutes. She goes, yep, first and only. Great. So now I know I have a first lien position. Now I know for sure, like I'm buying a good, because you don't want to buy a second.
Right.
Because then you have to pay the first off. So like if there's a first on it for 100 and I paid 20 for the second, and it's only worth 130. I mean, buy a good deal, right? Like, so, but I found that out. So I bid the guy, and I got to a point.
Let's back up for a minute there. So you were dumbing down things when I was talking debt ceiling. Let me dumb these down,
please.
Okay, so this is the first lien.
Yep.
So basically, meaning it's a first mortgage.
Correct.
And if like you had said, if this was the second mortgage, it was 20,000, and they had a first mortgage for 100,000, now you're not making anything if it's worth 130.
Correct.
So basically, what we're saying is, knowing that the only thing owed on this house is that 20,000, that's where you're looking to make your money from.
Correct.
So even if you, let's say, bought it for 50, you're still getting a good deal.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, and so like seconds can come from HELOCs, they can come from lines of credit, they can come from you can do a refinance of a second like that, but those are your normal things that you'd find, right? And that's when it's that low. But the lady had bought it back in 2007. Here it is, 2023. The numbers kind of added up to where it should be. So like I was very confident with being a first at that point. And I, so again, like when you show up, it's strictly cash. And so
do you see pictures?
No, you can't go look at the house.
So you have no idea.
So
you can look at like Google and
kind
of
whatever
stuff.
And in 2007, there was no listing photos. There's no anything of this thing. So I called a friend that lives up there this morning at like 8 a.m. and I was like, hey, how far are you from this? Not far. I can be there by this. We video chatted. They looked through the windows for me because there's no cars there. And, there's no trespassing stuff. Technically, there's no entering on the window. So, and it's already been.
But you didn't enter.
Correct. It's already been. Didn't enter. Yeah. Let's say they videoed in and there was a couple weird things that I could see, but I didn't know anything. So, but it's been winterized.
How much land?
No, it's actually water view.
Okay.
So, a normal lot, I guess,
Okay.
Not even a quarter acre type, an eighth of an acre, whatever it would be.
But still, I mean,
yep. 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom from what we know, right? I mean, it's decent square footage. I actually had an addition, plus a big shed. And so, but I got to a point where, we're bidding, we're doing stuff and, we're kind of talking and, the lady asked me if I was out. It's like, you have this guy who's been asked if he's done bidding twice, and he's just like, I don't know. And so she asked me, and I was like, not yet, right? Like, just give me time. I'm doing some numbers in my head, break up my phone. I'm like, because I'm like, hey, how much is a well if that's bad? How much is a septic if that's bad? I have to know my numbers, and I didn't have time to figure it out. Nobody had time. I mean, you could find this stuff four weeks ago because everything has to be posted, and then you could do your research on things. And that there's people that do this full time. Me,
it was a last minute thing.
Right. I mean, and so, the guy's like, I don't know, blah, blah. So finally I look at the guy and I was like, look, I'll stop upbidding you if you're willing to sit and have lunch and give me a bunch of knowledge and figure out how the hell to do this better. Right. I was like, I'll stop. He goes, I can do that. I was like, great. The other guy, he's like, well, we'll see what this guy does or whatever. And I was like, so I stopped and, it closed. And the guy that was sitting or whatever, he's just like, you just bought a trailer that can't be titled and it's an Airstream on the inside, and they built a house around it.
Okay.
But the Airstream's been cut open and all that. So in theory, it's legally a trailer. So you can't title it. You can't get a mortgage on them. They're very hard, I guess, let's say.
They are, because I actually, we own one.
Right. And so it's just, there's so much negative to it. And like my instant reaction to the guy was like, even though I didn't win, I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, first of all, he got it for, a decent price. I was like, he can land contract the thing out, which he still can Airbnb it. He can rent it. And like, I just listed off like 3, and he's like, yeah, but it's this. And I was like, there's more than one way to skin a cat, buddy. Like, what do you, like, you're laughing that he just spent money. He still sure, he's not going to make the 130, 160 that he thought, but in theory, if he does it right and he wants to land contractor for 30 years, he'll still make good money. I was like, so, he'll easily double it. And there's cash buyers. He could probably just go get 15 grand right now.
Oh yeah.
And so I'll reach out to that guy and we'll talk about that, because he had to go get the upbid that I made him pay, which you could pay in personal check, and he had to drive quite a way. Like I had personal checks in my car, and I'm just like,
yeah, you didn't want to have to drive anywhere,
right? Well, I mean, I was 45 minutes to my bank, right? Like I can't be back in an hour, because you have 1 hour, like you have until 11 o'clock in theory, right? And she started 15 late, so I was concerned about that, and because I had pulled out a wad of cash in my pocket, and I was like, "Can I pay cash?" And she's like, "No." And yeah, we kind of shared a laugh on that one, and but I was like, "No, it's all right. I got to check." So I didn't win it, but I learned things I need to do, things to get me prepared. I'm not disappointed I didn't get it, but I also am, right. Like I haven't put any more thought into what the actual numbers could be now that I know the information. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, as an Airbnb, it could have been pretty badass, and I probably could have made money, but it's an hour from me. I don't invest that way. It's not my normal thing. It was one of those where this is kind of where I'm at. I'm willing to take this cash risk, like, and we'll see what happens, and the learning, hopefully, he'll keep up on his end of the bargain. So
we're seeing like Aunt Sue's house. Matt's buying that off land contract because it's a trailer.
Yeah. And
we can't get a loan against it. I don't know how Aunt Sue got a loan against it, other than she dealt with a shady ass bank.
Right. Well, I mean, again, I told you the name of the bank was Rural Something Services.
Right.
Like,
well, this one is an actual big bank, but they're
really?
shady as fuck. Yeah, it's North Point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how the hell they floated that, because nobody I talked to can float it.
Well, back in the day, there was different rules, and
this isn't that far back in the day.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was 2005 or 6.
Okay. Well, back then they were giving out loans like candy.
They were.
I mean,
so
that's why. Right?
And I mean, the loan was awful terms.
Yeah.
Just awful, like 7 or 8%.
And right back when rates were, well, granted, 05 rates were 4. So, yeah, you'll find that type of a thing. And so again, if I offer you, again, we talk about affordable housing. So if I turn my money and I double it and I offer it to you on a land contract and I can make your payments work, if I treat you like a normal American, I'm going to be rich. Like, because think about it. Well, hey, you know what? You can only afford $600 a month. Tell you what, David, I can make that happen. We're going to do $600 a month. It's going to be a 50-year note. So you're paying for 50 years, right? Like, I'll make anything work.
Yeah.
At that point, like, I own it free and clear. You're going to pay everything on it. And if not, I foreclose on the same thing I already own. Right. Like, it just takes time. So to me, that's not a bad exit strategy. It's a great exit strategy. And again, if he wants to Airbnb, he can. There's no rules, regulations, anything that says you can't own this type of a thing.
Right.
So, I think that, but again, that guy's business is his business, and this is how he structures things. I was upset the fact that he's laughing right at the guy that just spent money, and like he patted him on the back, which I think was the slap in the face, right? Like,
yeah.
All you had to do is be like, it's an Airstream, way to go. But
why be a dick about it?
Like, and it's like, man, to me, I hope, and I told the guy, I was like, I hope you fucking find him again, rub it in his face. Here's a land contract, buddy. Here's how much I'm making an Airbnb, buddy. yeah, but you'll never be able to sell it. Okay, I've doubled my money.
Who gives a
Right.
shit?
I mean, right. Like that's the kind of shit. Because, again, it's right across from the water, right?
Right.
So, and that's the other thing. You don't have to pay water taxes and you still get the views and all that.
So when we're talking water, are we talking like a small lake or?
Yeah. So, yep. Newaygo has all those small
They do,
lakes and
yep.
things like that. So, yep. It's not, it might be all sports. I didn't even look into it because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just looked at the numbers and quickly was like, I can make this work. It's
Well, and like you said, you can sell those on a land contract.
100%.
That's not an issue.
Right.
You just can't get a loan for it.
Right. Well, right. You can. It's just, and honestly,
it's difficult.
I say, and you're, because it was difficult because you guys are in a rural area, and so it's just they're hard to find, and the easier I can make it for somebody to buy, the better it's going to be for me. Right?
So what we ended up doing with Aunt Sue's house, because she still owed money on it.
Yep.
Was we took a loan against my mother's house.
Yep.
Paid off the loan that she had.
Yep.
My aunt, and Matt's running it out on land contract, and basically he's just paying the mortgage off.
Yep.
Because he's a good family friend. Mom wanted to help him out, and she's not getting anything extra from it. It's just, this is what it is.
Just, yeah. Is she, well, she's paying interest on it, right? For her house.
I mean, she's not.
Well, but he's paying it.
He's paying.
Okay. So
yeah.
so whatever she refied at, he's paying that.
He's paying everything.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And taxes.
Taxes
and,
and insurance and all of that.
And so exactly, you made it work for somebody and it's working perfectly. Like, and you're not an investor. You're not like, granted, you didn't make any money. You're not going to, that's fine. Like, so, hey, I bought a shit thing and I have to get rid of it and I did it for free. It sucks, but at $40,000, it's nothing, right? Like, had I not been flipping these houses and had just the shit ton of liquid cash I used to have, I probably would have been more aggressive, right? Mm-hmm. Because knowing that fact, I'm just sitting here going, okay, like, so I have money that I'll get paid back. Excuse me. So think about it. If I write a 7, 8, 10% mortgage on land contract, and I mean, when you buy 60,000, you're going to pay 120 back, right? Like, or whatever the heck it might, depending on the interest rate. So I would literally double my money. Sure, it takes 30 years, but 7%, I'm getting my inflation rate. I'm getting everything out of it. Like, it doesn't matter to me, right? Like, so, and it's a matter of how people think about it. So,
well, again, we look at a lot of these things. So, dickhead up there is turning this into some personal affront to him because this guy's bidding and he wants it and then he can't get it. So somehow he's trying to turn a win out of a loss and making fun of the guy for paying for a fucking trailer.
Well, the worst, and it's funny because I don't know the guy I met that I offered lunch to. I've heard his name quite a few times, which is kind of, he doesn't know I know of him because I have friends that do this and they're like, this is the guy that does it. I do this. And this is the third biggest player. Right. And so this guy that bought it, he's one of the biggest players. Like, I know he doesn't know I know that. Right? Like, I won't let him know. Because and these guys don't give information. I want you to know that. Like, you would think you're really there for yourself, and that's what separates me so much differently, right? Because I walked in, I was like, man, so my title says it's first lien position. Yeah, because I want that reassurance. Well, I don't know, and I was like, okay, like they just won't share that stuff, right? And then he tried to do the whole tax thing, and I was like, yeah, okay, you're dumb. Like, I get what you're doing, but that's why I bid him up and then finally got to, but, so to me, and, again, the guy knowing that it's a trailer, right? He didn't give that information away. These guys don't give the information away because had you told me it was a trailer, I would have just known right there. I would have been like, okay, like, yes, I'm not, or yes, I'm bidding, or no, I'm not. And then, I'll say it, I guess. So the upbid that I did, so he actually has the opportunity to go get it back.
Okay.
There's like a legal way around, or a legal way to do it. So the bank can only make what they are owed.
Okay.
The rest of it goes to the person because technically they sold the house, right? Minus their fees. But so now if that person claims their money, then they get it. If they don't claim their money, then that money goes and sits, and you can go claim that money saying, hey, this
found money.
Exactly. Well, the thing is this person was deceased. So now it's almost, so he could have, like, in theory, he's just going to go back and get the amount of money that I outbid him. It's just going to take him 6 months to get that money back or whatever it's going to take. Right. And with the process, so it's normally a 6 months sheriff's, or so you have a 6 month redemption period after that. Well, being that it's already winterized, you can call it abandoned. So you can go to the courts and say, hey, it's abandoned. I want to take possession within a month, right? And so you'll get it within 1 month versus 6 months, and the courts will do that type of stuff. So he'll be able to just get in there, get this thing ready for summer. I mean, I asked him, I was like, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, I don't know. You know, if it was me, again, Airbnb up in that area will be just fine. You know, even if he does, I don't know, $100 a night and he only fills up half of it, he'll make his money back in the first year.
Yeah.
Granted, he has to put money into it if he's going to Airbnb it, but if he didn't Airbnb it, if somebody was living there, right? Let's be clear about that. Somebody was living in there. They passed. So somebody will take it. Somebody else will live there.
Yeah.
And you can sell the land contract as is and go, hey, you want it? You fix it up, right? That's all you have to do. So, yeah, so it was, you know, but I learned quite a bit today. And I learned how to do a few things. So it's just, to me, it was knowledge, right? I mean, I just filled up or whatever, but I spent a half tank of gas there and back, right? Like, in some time. I don't care. Didn't bother me at all, right? Because it's a sweet education.
Yeah.
So, and then now you started softball.
We're doing workouts. First day of tryouts is the 13th of March.
Oh yeah.
So just over a month. I'm actually looking really forward to the season.
Good.
Chris and I get along pretty good, which is, you know, nice. I mean, we always do in the off season. It's during the season when we have some issues.
Yeah.
But he realizes it. I mean, he realizes some of his shortcomings the last couple of years. So he's said that he's going to fix those things. And if he does, great, we'll do just fine.
Yep.
If he doesn't, we're going to have some very serious conversations this year because, you know, Nick, you've known me as a coach for a long time. And I love this and I have a passion for this, but I've never really got to just sit back and have fun.
Right.
Coaching has never just been fun. This team is the most fun I've ever had. They're not my favorite team because my favorite team, my daughter was on.
Sure.
But for coaching a team that does not have my daughter, this is my favorite team.
Yeah. Well, that's, I mean, and it's because these kids are technical players, right?
Yeah, they are.
All you have to do is the stuff that we enjoy doing. And when we coached, when we were teaching kids how to slide still, and we're teaching kids how to swing a bat, like
making sure they ate lunch.
Right. You know, and
giving rides home.
Let's say the most basic things. And there's something when you get to that level, right? I mean, what we were doing was more in the juniors program, but on a high school level.
Well, you know, it's funny because I always look up drills and stuff. And our biggest issue at Coopersville is the girls don't want to watch the ball all the way either to the bat or to the catcher's glove.
Sure.
And that's something my daughter was always great at. Caitlin Whitley was perfect at. I mean, she would sit there and just stare in a catcher's glove.
Sure.
I got one kid at Coopersville that's really good at it, who also wears number 5 like my daughter did. So that's a running joke. But most of them just, when they decide it's not something they're going to swing at, they just don't look at it anymore, which then, of course, leads to the bad habit of when you are swinging, you're not looking at it.
Right.
And it pisses me off more than anything. I mean, that is the one thing you can absolutely control. You can control whether you see the damn ball.
Yep.
So, putzing around on Instagram the other day, and I see this drill. They had a mini wiffle ball machine, which I have. I bought it my second year at Godwin. And, of course, when I left, that went with me. And they would fill the machine up with balls. And for them, any white ball that came out, the girls had to catch.
Okay.
Every other ball they had to watch all the way back. So Chris didn't have white balls, but he had a whole bunch of yellow balls. So the yellow balls you have to catch.
Yeah. It's just
some of them, it's not.
Oh.
Because we got to make sure, you know, it's mixed up. Otherwise, they're trying to catch everything and they're not really working the drill.
Sure.
They actually got a little irritated on Sunday that he didn't pull the machine out and have him do it.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah. Because they want to be better.
Yeah.
And when they get lazy on it, him or I are going to bark at him, and he knows I'm going to bark at him for not watching, because again, that's the thing that pisses me off the most. You are in complete control of that.
Yep. No. I say, and that's, we just say just as much in life. If you don't focus on it, right, you're not going to get better at it. So, money, everything. So, I'm looking forward to having a guest that we're supposed to have on tonight, and come to find out we're gonna have to reschedule that for all of our viewers.
She kind of bailed on us last minute, which was disappointing.
Very last minute.
Yeah, basically 20 minutes before air.
I'm in here changing a shirt. Hey, what are we talking about? Yeah.
Disappointing, but I mean, 20-year-olds.
And then we have a baseball episode coming up this weekend.
Saturday,
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
10:00. And we're gonna do that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Grab some food and enjoy. I'll get to meet the twins in person.
You will.
So that'll be
The professor and his brother.
Professor and Marianne. I'm calling him Marianne right then.
I have so much fun trivia. Do you want to tease?
Go on.
Mike did not want to tease. Like I'm like, I got to tell you at least one. He's like, no,
No.
I don't want to know anything before the episode. Do you want to tease?
Is it going to be on the episode?
It will for everybody else.
Well, then no, I don't want it.
Sucks.
Yeah, because we want to be able to do this on the episode. And then so we have another guest that I met at the Comic-Con, right? We're hoping to get him on.
Oh, yeah.
He, don't quote me on the name of his company, but basically he watches movies. One of the things, example, he's like, he watched all the Rambos and then took the leadership aspect of it, and then he creates leadership stuff and asks the questions. So you get to follow along movies and then do this. So I thought that would be awesome. I met him at the end of it type thing, because we were busy working, and I was like, this is going to be great. So I'm hoping to have him on as a guest. We're hoping to have, I have another friend that wants to come on. He does a fry cart, right? So kind of another food truck. And he's actually starting up a kitchen in a meadery down in Grand Rapids. So I'd like to have him come on and talk about those types of things.
I am going to give you a little tease.
All right, let's hear what you got.
MLB's network's top player at each position.
Oh man,
we're gonna go through these, not tonight. We're gonna go through these though.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure anybody they've chosen is anybody we would agree with. Literally.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not true. There's two people we'll agree with.
Yeah.
But for example, their top shortstop is a really good shortstop.
All right.
But I don't think he's the best shortstop
In the game right now?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that was the same tease I gave to Mike.
All right. So, and then, so people are still listening and things. What other episodes do you guys want? What do you want us to find out? I'd like to get that tent guy back on.
Absolutely.
Adam,
we want to revisit it. Adam is a definite.
Yeah, because he just launched a program, because we still follow people. We talked about
a whole course.
Yeah, like a whole course. We talked about having Jim on to talk about, because as much as I hate politics and you love it,
I don't necessarily love it. I just want life to be better.
Right. But we want to have where does the money come from for politics, right? Like, when we talk about these millions of dollars going into political campaigns, and like, where does that come? So we want to dive into that.
Yes.
So, and Jim will be a great asset to that. I think the professor will want to join in.
I think he will as well.
So, that'll be really weird. I thought about that while at the con, and I was like, no, you know what? This is the thing we need to figure out.
I'd like to see if Barat's interested in coming back on.
Yeah. Kennedy, that was an awesome
episode. We got to get with Brent again and talk some more coins.
Yep.
I found a Lincoln wheat coin.
Yeah.
That's encased from the house.
Really?
Which probably ain't worth shit.
2 cents.
But I'm going to show it to Brent and say, what's this worth?
Right.
He's going to go, you're going to double your money. And I'm going to go,
yes. Give me the 2 pennies, baby. I said, I'd like to have that on. I want to talk more real estate stuff. I have a buddy that's working on purchasing like assisted livings and things like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right. So I want to get into that. I say on my flight out, I met people who own, I guess I'll say it, like they own the company Arnie's.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's 3 generations.
Yeah.
So they were the first type thing, and then and there's a bread company with Arnie's as well. And it's funny because she's a very modest woman, and he isn't. It's not that he's not modest. She'd be like, "Yeah, we have a small little building." He's like, "It's not very small. Like it's 40,000 square feet." And I was like, "That's not a small building,
Right?"
Like, and it was just funny, right? And we were talking about the one that used to be on 54th and Clyde Park, and they're like, "Yeah, we're leasing the land to come and go." And I was like, "Oh no shit." Like he goes, "Yeah, if you own a good piece of real estate asset, you don't sell." And I was like, "No, I get it. And you're not paying your taxes." And he's like, "Yep." And I was like, "Man," I was like, and just the quick little tips and things that I was getting from him, and I was like, I couldn't get him on the podcast. It was great. I tried so hard.
I bet.
So I was like, man, this would be awesome to figure out how to go from this to what you guys have and how to get there. So if anybody knows anybody that has started a business and then franchised it out, we'd love to have somebody on for that, because I mean, you guys talk about franchising, right? So
yeah, we do.
So I'd like to do that type of a thing. And then, I know one of I say we might actually do it here soon. I don't know what next week's plan is, but we'll talk about, because Valentine's Day is coming up.
It is.
I'd like to do money and marriage, right?
Yeah.
That'd be, because you and I, it's funny because we are not what normal people in the financial world do, right?
Right.
Our accounts are separate in a sense, like our wives don't necessarily care, but we teach them, but they don't. We've gotten our wives to not overspend.
Yeah, they don't take a vested interest in what's going on.
Exactly, right. I just tell my wife to put money in 401k and she just does it, right? So I'd like to, put different ways out there and things like that. So of course we'll hit another budgeting once we get that guest come on, because they're young and trying to start out.
I'd like to have Jessie back on, the Millennial Money Witch.
Yeah, I say that'd be she's always fun to talk to.
A lot of fun.
And I say I was down in Florida and she didn't come see me. Ain't that something? But I had a couple Yinglings down there.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
I did see you with a picture and one.
Yeah, a couple. Everybody's like, took the same picture, and I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, one's aimed towards the kitchen, one's aimed towards my swim shorts. I was like, yeah, it's like might be the same beer. Doesn't mean it's the same photo,
right?
Yeah. So, and then tax time's coming up. I'd like to try to get an accountant on if we can, talk about what things you can do, how to do those types of things.
You know what I want to know?
Yeah.
Why do we make it so difficult for taxes in this country?
Because we can.
In Europe, they don't have to go through any of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Why do we have to?
You would love this. So out of respect for my wife.
Okay.
So we're at the pool. And there's this old guy. He's older. And he's like, and he mentioned, he's like, the president. He goes, since him lost a bunch of money, he took a bunch of money from me. And I was like, I look at my wife, I laugh, right? Because I'm like, fucking, I do a finance. I'm sitting here going, where, how,
what money
why,
did he
right?
take?
I was like, I gotta ask him. And she's like, nope. And I was like, I have to ask this guy.
Yeah.
I didn't, because
you totally fucking should.
I know.
Because his answer would have been based in bullshit.
Right, 100%. I'd be like, because I mean, I just looked at my betterment. I looked at it, nothing has gone down in the sense of things, right? Sure, price is going, inflation. Whatever. You could say that is a cause of him, but that's just because you're naive, ignorant. Yeah, right. But no, this was fun. I'd like to do an episode on timeshares.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
getting in them, getting out of them.
So because of course we went and did a quick timeshare tour.
That gets you cheaper hotel for the stay.
We didn't do the hotel actually. We did discount tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We didn't have to because they were running a special. Right, find that out until after. So now I feel, but we got a really shitty breakfast, which was our first really crappy meal.
Really?
Yeah. Because normally timeshares they want to wine and dine.
Oh yeah.
This was no.
When I had that stupid motorhome, so since we didn't get to take it to Arizona and back, we only made it, just past St. Louis. Don's like, well, we have this free voucher to go stay at this place. We just got to listen to their spiel. All right, fine. So we go, and camping is not for me.
Yeah.
I camp every day in my house as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you had the blue-green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they take us in, to talk about, do we want to sign up for a timeshare at this travel lodge or whatever the hell they are?
Yep.
I don't know, campgrounds.
Campgrounds. That's what they are. Yes.
So we sit down and he starts showing us stuff and he goes, what do you think? I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to take a trip in this thing again. He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I bought this literally to take my aunt to Arizona before she died. And she's not well enough to make the trip. So
yeah,
I told my wife, yeah, we'll try it. I've tried it. This is not for me. He goes, well, and he pitches me for like 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
What do you think? Again, I don't think I'm ever doing this again. And he looks at me and goes, you have absolutely no interest in anything I'm going to say to you, do you? I said, nope. He goes, all right, well, you got to stay in here. You got to stay here for like 10 more minutes. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
He goes, do you want me to stay with you? I'm like, no, I don't need you.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah. That was on this one, because my wife almost gets suckered in or whatever, and she's stupid.
It sounds great.
Well, in this one, honestly, I respected the guy because, and he comes up and he's like, yep, we're this, and I'll show you this, but that's my spiel. Shit, we're getting out of here quick.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, man. Well, then we have to go on the tour, and then he talks to me about the money. And they're like, yeah, but you can Airbnb it. I was like, oh, Jesus, here it goes. Right, you're in real estate, and I was like, look, this is my business. And I literally took time, and I was like, this is my business structure. This is how I do it. I don't deviate from this. This is this. And he's like, yeah, you have no interest. And I was like, nope. And I was like, you could offer it to me for $3,000 and I'm still not going to buy. Well, why? And I was like, because it's just not something I like. I'm staying at a place. I just talked to people who are paying, they paid their yearly due, their maintenance fees, and their $100 that you're charging them to get in. And I was like, I got the same one and I'm actually cheaper. Well, yeah, but you're not staying at the high end. And then, so we talked to some people, and we'll talk about that. Scam call, see what we can do.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Nick.
Hi, my name is Marshall with Senior Medicare Advisors Insurance. How you doing today?
Good, Marshall. You too?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm calling you to let you know that I'm with Senior Medicare Advisors, and based on our record, we feel that you may qualify for supplemental and Medicare Advantage plans. So in order to qualify you, I just need to ask one quick question. Are you currently enrolled in Medicare Part A and B?
Sure.
Sure. How old are you?
Oh, we are 64. Shit.
Oh, fuck you, Marshall.
Marshall.
He had such bad feedback too.
Yeah, I say sorry, folks. We're trying to get some fun ones, but they don't come across very well anymore.
Yeah, they don't want to play anymore with us.
Say we've done it too many times.
I think we have.
Yeah, I say, yeah. So we've listed a few episodes that we want to do. Just to reiterate, I want to get guests what they want to talk about. So that way when we come into nights where people stand us up, we're talking about a topic they want to talk about.
Right.
Otherwise, we're going to talk about our life and things that piss us off.
Yeah, I'm kind of there at this moment.
Yeah.
You want to go to something that pisses me off?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed,
Yeah.
thinks that we need more interest rate hikes to get inflation under control.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Nick, because I'm a numbers guy. If you can tie 54% of inflation to corporate greed, what the fuck is raising the interest rates on normal people going to do?
Make them broker.
Bingo.
Yeah. Well, that's what they want.
It literally is what they want. So we had talked about this.
You wanted $15 an hour? Sure, you can have it, but you're going to pay for it.
Right.
Right.
Well, and it's funny because we talked about this on a previous episode. They're starting to come back to the towns that companies own.
Yeah.
I don't remember specifically what they call them, but like Amazon's buying up places so that they can rent out an apartment or a house to employees.
Look at Orlando. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Disney
does it, right? People are happy to work at Disney.
They are.
Right.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
And people are short-sighted when they look at this. And again, it's dumb people.
Mhm.
They look at it and they're like, oh my God, that's great because I'll get a place for cheaper. What if you lose your job?
Yep.
They're not going to sit there and go, well, you have 6 months.
Yeah.
They're going to go, you got 30 days, get the fuck out.
Mhm.
Or they'll do it like they do health insurance, where it will be written in that you either lose your house the day that you're fired, the end of the month that you're fired, or you get, 60 days.
Right.
Is that really what you would want from a job?
And that, no, right. I want nothing that anybody else can control.
Right.
So
I want control over my own life.
that's exactly it.
So, I mean, those are things that are really pissing me off. You know, something else that's pissing me off? All these people that don't want to talk about wages.
I didn't know there was people that didn't want to talk about wages, I guess.
Companies don't want you to talk about wages.
Oh yeah, I say.
And they scare you to not talk about wages. I got no fucking problem talking about wages.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm open with my coworkers on what I make.
Yep.
If they make less than me, go tell somebody.
Right. Well, if they make less than you, it's because they haven't been there as long, right? Because,
usually with our company, that's what it is. They just don't have the seniority that I do.
Yep. And I talk to the people that have been there for God knows how long because I want to know what my potential is, right?
Correct.
Because hey, if you're telling me, hey, you're only making $1 more than me and you've been here 30 more years now, thanks, man. Like, doesn't seem good to me.
Christy's a great example because her husband worked at the same company
Mhm.
and kept getting passed over for promotions. Now, there are many reasons he gets passed over.
Mhm.
Okay. And whether that's right or wrong, I'm not going to get into.
Sure.
But he went and had 2 interviews in a week and got offered 2 jobs that both paid more.
Yeah.
And basically my company's response was,
See ya.
good luck to you.
Yeah, have a good day. Well, it's
And I mean, he's got to go make that work, which is fine. He should be able to, but again, he's the type of person that will let his anxiety drive his life.
Mhm.
So if he's having an anxiety issue, he can't go to work.
well,
Well, that doesn't work for me.
right.
Like, for example, I mean, we talked about this a little bit ago. I wasn't feeling real well yesterday. And the whole time, all I was focused on was I have to make sure I can work some today.
Yep.
And I have a podcast. And I need to make sure I can do those 2 things. And then I can take a break on Wednesday if I need to, but I have to run the business on Thursday. There's only 3 of us here. We're busy.
Yeah.
And Dawn's not one of them. And out of the 3 of us, I'm the hardest worker when it comes to cleaning rooms.
Right.
Okay. So I have to be good enough for Thursday. And I got a baseball episode on Saturday, and I want to see my 2 oldest friends,
Right.
which brings me to another person who is not joining us tonight, Mr. Michael Benson.
Yeah.
We had an anniversary last night.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
The
7
return,
years.
yeah.
The 7-year return.
Yeah.
No, I said it was good to see him at the con.
Him and I went to Salvino's on Sunday and got a drink.
Really?
We did.
Oh, did he stay in town?
He did not. His daughter had a friend invite her over, and the friend was in Plainwell.
Okay.
And I got a text from him while I was sleeping saying, hey, this is what's going on. Do you want to meet up like in Wayland or at the casino? Because I don't really want to just hang out in Plainwell. And I'm like, cool. So I got a hold of him when I woke up, and he's like, yeah, it just dropped her off. So we met at Salvino's and probably hung out for about 2.5 hours and just chat the shit.
Yeah, there you go. They have their Sunday buffet.
Salvino's?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sort of. You were at Salvino's.
Didn't pay any attention.
It's right behind the bar usually if they run it.
I did not see it.
Okay, I'm gonna say because sometimes they used to run a prime rib buffet.
Yeah, I did not see that.
Let's say.
I mean, we didn't eat. We only drank, and
Gotcha.
we didn't. I think we had like maybe 4 beers a piece. He actually drank.
Sure, there you go.
So I think we had 4 beers a piece.
Nice.
About 3 hours, 2.5 hours. So
Yeah.
maybe a little more than we should have, but we're both good.
Yeah, I say I don't. I'd like to get my niece on so that way she can, we can talk to her and figure out.
I know she'd like to be on.
She just needs to grow up a little bit.
She's a little flaky too.
Let's say that's exactly it, right?
Well, when we were shorthanded on Saturday, and you're like, "Call my niece in," and I'm like, "No."
Let's say, yeah.
I needed people that were going to come work their ass off. Not ones I had to necessarily go behind and check.
Right. No, I get it. And it's just a matter of.
And again, I love her, but
Yeah.
I don't want to have to check your work.
Yeah. And especially if you're needing help, right? You
Yeah.
want the help. We took her on vacation and Oh, I don't vacation well with others, right? It's just
No.
I just don't. It's not, because I try so hard to relax, but I can't, and because I'm always feeling I have to entertain the other people I'm with and stuff like that. When it's like, like the time, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the casino. Well, I'm not going. I didn't ask, right? Like, I just want to. I'm okay with being alone. Trust me, it's
Yeah,
completely
you
fine.
just wanted some time away.
Right? Like, even if you want to be there, awesome. We'll shoot the shit and drink beer and play cards if you want to go. Like, but understand, like, I'm. This is literally what I want to sit here. I don't get to do that very. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. We didn't go to Old Town. I tried 3 nights. We didn't get to, like. My wife's like, yeah, we can go after we drop everybody off. And I was like, it's 30 minutes back, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back again. Like,
Yeah.
an hour and a half, and it's already 10 o'clock at night. Like, we'd be there for 5 minutes and leave. And then I didn't get to go to Tiger Woods mini golf.
Mhm.
I didn't get to go to, and one of them was fine. The one really was Wonderworks. We've done it plenty of times. It's a magic show and all that. Like, I'm fine without going,
Mhm.
but it's like the 3 things that I kind of wanted, none of them got hit, and I was like, all right, but we've done everything. I spent $550 or whatever for my niece's birthday to go to
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter land, right? And I'm like, okay. And my wife's like, don't get me wrong, I had a good time, but my whole trip cost me $800 until that moment, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I spent just as much going to one park one day, and I could have gone and done so much other stuff. So, and
I get that feeling because when I'm going on vacation, I want to do what I want to do.
right.
And luckily, I'm at that point where I don't have a lot of other people to please.
Yeah.
So, like on our excursion we're doing in Nassau, Dawn picked it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I wouldn't have picked it.
Right.
But again, it's fine. It didn't cost really anything other than our credit.
Sure.
So that's something she wants to do. That's fine. I'll go do that.
Yeah. And then that's Courtney and I are usually the same way, right?
Mhm.
Like, hey, you want to go do it? Great. Like, let's do it. Like, hey, you want to do it? Okay, let's do it. My mom, she can't walk very well and for very long. And so, like, one day she just didn't go to the park, right? And the water park. And I was like, fine, I don't give a shit. Like, and she was fine sitting at home. Like, cool, relax, sit and enjoy. I mean, to me, it doesn't bother me. So, but so I was kind of disappointed I didn't get to go to Tiger Woods mini golf because I really wanted to do that. That's something like, and then I drove past Top Golf and I was like, I want to do that. I love Top Golf.
It's funny because I'm talking to my wife last night and I said, it's ironic to me that yours and Courtney's birthdays are both in February and Nick's and mine are both in July. She goes, do you know when Nick's is? I said, yeah, it's July-ish. July 20-ish.
It's the 20th. Yeah.
Is it the 20th?
Yeah. I think
That's purely a guess.
Yours is not the 4th, it's the 5th, the
It's the
7th.
5th.
Yeah, I say. Yeah, and I'm like, all right. Because it's funny. I was listening on the radio and they were talking about, do you know people's birthdays? And it's like, I don't know anybody's birthday except for my family, right? But really, if you ask me my buddies and stuff like that, I'm like, that's what Facebook's for. Like, they'll tell me, hey, it's this person. Great, happy birthday, man. Like,
we
the only time I'll know is if I get a party invite. Like, hey, it's his 40th. I know it's just fucking,
It's funny because we kind of talked about that yesterday because she had me do F, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
On you, Mike, and Mike.
Nice. Which one? Let's hear it.
I killed you.
Really?
And I married Benson.
I'd probably pick the exact same too.
And honestly, Walling was the F because he's more girly.
He's the pretty one. Yeah,
He-
I get it.
He wanted to be the pretty princess one year, so I mean,
Oh,
it was a no-brainer. Don looks at me and goes, Mike would make a really good husband or wife.
yeah,
He would.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, yeah, sure.
Honestly, if
I'll
you
make-
did the same thing, I would expect you to kill me.
I just said that. Like, looking at it, I'm like, yep, David's gone. Like, yeah, I guess I have to go to the other Mike, and
Yeah.
Benson. I mean, he'd be a good
He would
wife.
be-
Like,
he would.
this would be perfect for me.
So we're talking about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wouldn't even know who to pick for you to do that. She goes, that's because I don't really have any friends. And I'm like, all right, well,
Oh,
that's
geez.
bullshit.
Right.
I love my wife, but she likes to play pity parties a lot. And she equates it to people don't ask me to do shit, so they're not my friend,
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily the truth.
Yeah.
Because you and I don't ask each other to do shit. We just kind of say, hey, we're gonna go do this.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck has time in life?
Well, sorry, go ahead.
And she took her birthday off Facebook.
Oh, really?
Because her answer to me was, if they can't concern themselves with me on 364 days a year, then I don't care about the one day that they're going to concern themselves with me. Which, I mean, I get that to an extent, but I don't know when people's birthdays are.
Oh yeah, no clue.
I know when Mike's and Mike's are. That's it.
So yep. I mean,
and even with them, I know it within like 2 days.
Right? Like, I don't know. I mean, really, when I pick it, like my buddy Ron, I don't have a clue. I know that him and his husband are a couple days apart, which is, but like I couldn't tell you a month right now.
Yeah.
I think my buddy Steve, so actually I do know my buddy James, and my grandpa, they're 15 and 16 of December. The only reason is because like that. And like I couldn't tell you which one's which, right? Like, but otherwise, really, like if you asked me, you could pick anybody. I can't tell you, right? Like I don't know. Like my brother-in-law, I know it's in August,
yeah.
right? That's about all I got for you, bud. And I don't know. I mean, my now brother-in-law and sister-in-law, not the foggiest clue, right? My mother-in-law, I know hers just because it's 3 days behind mine, and like, nope, she's 2. Sorry, my dad's is 3. See, like that's how much I don't. But also, like
I know my dad's. You want to know how?
It's the same as yours.
It's the same day as the twins.
Oh, nice. But yeah, it's like when Dawn looks at it like that, it's hey, if you don't have time for me and blah blah. Like we have friends who we love to hang out with. Ray and Megan, they're great people. They don't have kids, and that's fine. And they'll, hey, do you have this? And like this was last year. Let's call it October. Just make stupid numbers up. We looked at our phones and we're like, I can do the 3rd week of December. Like it was that far out that we could actually do something because they're only available on the weekends because like they all work during the week and this and that and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, you get this weekend and hope it works. And I think that one canceled. And that's how far in advance we're booking. Like it's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason that you guys, hey, is the pool? Yep. Okay, cool. Come over, right? Then we'll hang out. But like, otherwise, we're busy, right? We have, hey, hey, you guys want to hang out? No, we have Emerson gymnastics. Okay, well, we'll come home and see you in the pool when we get there. Okay, great. Like, I'm fucking busy, right? Like,
well, and I think part of her issue is abandonment issues, the way she grew up.
Yeah.
And I think the other part of her issue is the fact that, she understands that other people are busy, but she feels like she's the one that always asks, which I get that because a lot of times I'm the one that asks.
Yeah.
But I don't ever take that personally. I just figure, okay, you're busy.
Yeah.
Like I remember, one of my former best friends, it got to the point where I was the only one ever reaching out.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off. But I didn't shutter that relationship until Caitlin's graduation.
Sure.
Because you didn't have to come. I mean, he lives in Wisconsin. He didn't have to come for Caitlin's graduation. Send a fucking card that says, hey, I know school was a struggle. Congrats.
Right.
That's it. That's all I fucking needed. I didn't get that, so I haven't said a word to him since, and I won't.
Yeah.
I got a card for his oldest kid's graduation. I threw it right in the fucking trash. Because I'm a prick like that.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being a prick like that.
No, and that's, I mean, yeah, and you get to a point where you feel the used aspect of things, right? Like, and trust me, I used when I was younger, I used to say I have associates, right? I don't have friends because that's what it is. I mean, right? I associate with you because, and we tried guys' weekend. It used to be me, my brother-in-law, my uncle, and our really good friend. And we did it for what was guys' day, right? Like we did it for 3 years. And then of course the crap happened. So then we went to 3 of us and I didn't even, we're like, all right, nobody could just find time. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Like I was talking about it the other day. We play poker night once every couple months and we haven't done it in 4 fucking years, right? Like I haven't
had a poker night in ages.
Right. I just want people to come over and play poker. But I'm saying, like, I have a buddy who just reached out on Facebook. He's like, who wants to play poker? And then he's like, oh, hey, Saturday. And Nope, we can't make this. Oh, hey, this and this. And somebody's like, oh, we don't play Texas Hold'em. We play the house fun rules and we just want to sit and play cards. And I was like, cool. So you have time, but you don't want to play. And I'm just like, I can't make this. I can't make that. And,
shooting. I haven't gone shooting since the end of 20.
right. I say,
You and I love to go shoot.
yep.
I haven't shot with you since your diaper party.
Yeah. I say, it's insane, isn't it?
That's over 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Because she's 7.
Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, right. I've gone shooting, I don't know, very limited, but, so right. When you talk about that and like, it's not, God, we planned a trip together, right?
We
But
did.
like, say that's granted, it wasn't planned together. It was like, hey, we're going here. Yep, okay,
You should join. Yeah.
right. Like, let's see if we can find the time. Say, yes, I can make it happen. No, I can't. Right. And even on that one, right? I'm just like, I'd rather go in December, January. Like those are warmer. Like that's where I want to get out of the cold, right? Like,
Right.
the October one didn't do enough for me,
Right.
right? Like it didn't. I wasn't in my low. Like technically, we had really nice weather, and I was like, "Fuck, there's so much I could be getting done around here," So then your mind's at home. And,
Well, and because you don't have full access to your phone, you're so much more focused on what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
Because that was your biggest problem. You couldn't detach at all.
oh God, no! Like, and it was, and given the opportunity, like if I had lost my job right before then, it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Like looking at it now, going, you know what?
Because the other stuff could have waited. You had people in, that could have taken care of that stuff.
Yep. And there was 3 things that went wrong when I was in Florida, and Jenica's like, we have to go home, and I was like, fucking shower fell apart. I don't really give a shit. Like, kid, I don't care. Like, no, you think I'm flying home for that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, buddy, like I like my business. I like those people. I can fix it, right? Like, hold on, let me make a phone call.
Yeah. You can get somebody out there.
Right. I'm not flying home for that. But
I mean, you get where the question comes from, though.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's not shocking that it came, but at the same time, it's like, our priorities aren't as screwed up as our wives would like to believe they are.
Right. Right.
She said something to me the other day about the house because the house is cluttered.
Oh, dude, mine's
Because I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and I like stuff.
Yep.
That she said this before. She goes, "You get stuff to make yourself feel better." Fuck yeah, I do. That's what I do.
that's
I
exactly
want to feel better about my life because I don't feel very good about myself or my life right now. Okay.
Right.
So I'm buying shit. It makes me feel better for 10 minutes. And she's sitting there complaining about stuff being around.
Yep.
So one of the arguments we had at the business the other day was nobody seems to come up front to help because they don't know anything's going on because they're in the back building packages. Okay.
Yep.
So she wanted to know if we could use the old laptop that we stopped using because it just wasn't running well. So we hooked it up on Saturday. It ran fine. Sunday, it took a crap.
Mhm.
So she wiped and reinstalled Windows, figuring, okay, if I wipe it down and reinstall Windows, this should make it at least work with the real link. Great. So she brings it home and it's sitting on the corner of the table, like half off the table.
Yep.
On top of the cord, which is hanging down. Nick, I have cats.
Yeah. Say that.
Vader grabbed the cord and ran away with it, and the fucking laptop took a tumble. And guess what doesn't charge anymore?
Oh.
And guess how pissed I am because the fix is $150 TV.
Oh, a TV?
Yeah, because we could put a TV down there.
Oh, gotcha.
Because if I get an Android TV, Android Smart TV,
Yep.
I can just download the Real-Link app and run it right off of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $150. The business needs to make money this year.
Yep.
And that's a useless cost as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
So she doesn't figure out that he broke it until the next day. She calls me and tells me, yeah, you're going to have to find a different option because he busted it. Now I'm fucking pissed because this is the second computer he has broken because of where she lets it sit in a spot that he can fucking break it.
Yeah. What's you were the text when mine got broken?
Yeah.
And Courtney blamed me because I was like, it's been sitting there for fucking months.
Right.
Like, it hasn't,
So, I mean, she brought it home yesterday and I pulled the cover off and I'm looking at it, so the casing where the cord goes
Yep.
is broken and it's pushed in.
Yep.
So I'm looking at it going, I don't really want to solder it. I don't really have anything small I can shove in there. but I can break the rest of this part of the case off.
Right.
So I did. I just busted the piece of plastic off for the case. I said, it's not going to be moving, so the connection will be fine.
Yeah.
It'll work this way. And she's like, oh, okay. So, I mean, I made it work, but I'm still pissed off that you're complaining about my clutter, but you're putting stuff in jeopardy by where you set it, knowing that you have a mischievous cat that likes to run off with shit.
Right. That's when we first, gosh, it's been years when we first got our dog. That's now passed. That's all. But I had a laptop. I missed it back when I was in college. I had a laptop, and we're downstairs in the basement, and you just hear beep 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 beep. Bit the fucking cord. Like bit the, and so didn't do it again.
Yeah.
So,
They learn quick.
yeah, it was weird how that worked. I was so pissed about that. I was
Yeah.
like, God, because back then broker than broke, right? I mean, charging cords weren't $5 or whatever the heck they are. They were 100 back in the day.
So she says this to me when we're talking about the laptop. She goes, where's the cord for this laptop? I said, it's upstairs at the business.
Mhm.
She goes, what do you mean? I said exactly what I said. It's upstairs at the business. That way I don't have to take the cord from my laptop, because it uses the same cord,
No.
back and forth to the business.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't understand. I'm like, I don't know how to make you understand. It's upstairs at the fucking business. The cord for this one is in the living room.
Yeah.
For this one is in the living room. But the cord for the old one is upstairs at the business, because it's the same fucking cord. That way I don't have to take it back and forth. It took me like 5 minutes to get her to understand what the hell I was saying. And of course, me being me, I'm getting increasingly angry
Yeah.
every time I'm explaining
The
it.
same thing. Yes.
And it reminds me, so Caitlin, when she, was first learning how to read,
Yeah.
she would see the first letter of something, and that's just what it was. Okay. So if it said car, but she thought cash, she'd just say cash.
Yeah.
And she did the greatest little kid thing. You'd go, no, try it again. So she'd say the same fucking word louder. Saying it louder is going to make it right.
Yes, it does.
So, of course, me being the fucking idiot I am, I'm saying the same shit to my wife. I'm just saying it louder and pissed off now, because she's not understanding it's upstairs at the fucking business. So I don't have to take it back and forth between the business and the house.
Oh, geez.
5 minutes it took her to get that.
Yep. Say that's what we have. I mean, we probably own more phone cords than anybody I know,
Mhm.
and we still have none.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, yeah. Charging cords, you can never find the right one.
Yeah. So, because she's like, "Hey, can I borrow your car charger?" And I go to get in my car today, and I was like, "Well, my car charger's gone." And she goes, "Oh yeah, it's at home inside." And I was like, "Thanks for bringing it inside and not putting it back where the fuck you found it." I
Exactly.
was like, "That's cool." Like, but yeah, I
But
mean,
last summer,
yeah,
this was here because we were podcasting a decent amount.
yeah,
And I needed it at home, and I wasn't coming into the business. And I told her for like 4 straight days, hey, can you bring my laptop home? And she didn't bring it home any of those days. And it literally started World War III. Because she's like, well, when you ask me to do something, I do it. I'm like, really? Because for 4 straight fucking days, I said, bring my laptop home, and the motherfucker's still sitting upstairs at work.
Yep. So anyway, I know we got off a quick tangent,
Which is what we do.
but you had mentioned corporate greed being a thing. So you sent me a video
I did.
of a guy, NBC just came out with it, CNN, something like that.
I think it was CNN, or it's CNBC.
Sure. Right. 65% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes.
Right.
That's fucking gross.
Yeah. I mean, you also sent me one. You want to have a fight? It'd be fun for me.
Oh, I knew you were going to fight about this one.
It was a guy who said that housing, a house is a basic necessity,
Basic human right.
basic human right. There you go. Yeah. And I was like, go on. Say,
He said some things I agreed with,
yes.
and then he turned around and said some things I definitely did not fucking agree with.
Yeah. And I was like, buddy, you got so much to learn, and so because we just talked about it. So okay, so Newega, we talked about that earlier in this episode. Newega is an hour north of Grand Rapids.
Yes.
Okay. Do you listen to GRD?
From time to time.
Okay. So there's actually 2 that I know of for sure. DJs or talk show people or whatever that live that way, if not a little farther. So and then they drive it. So all I'm saying is right. Affordable housing is, we had guests on, they bought a house in Belding on the water for 220. You try to buy water here in Grand Rapids, you're going to pay 450.
Or more.
Right, like the bare minimum, right? I mean, depending on what water, if you try to go to Lake Michigan, you're millions, right? If you try to go to the river, you can't really swim in the river, so it's not fun water, right?
Right.
Nobody's doing. So again, you can find housing, you just have to travel for it, right? I mean, my point always is that Baldwin one, right, where they're offering first month free, no security deposit, granted, which is why it's for sale and nobody's. But you could go there, right, and you're living for, I think it was $480 a month. Like, yeah, you have to commute in, but we're not paying people commute money. No, you are. Like, you turned your $1,200 a month housing into $500 a month of housing. So now you have $700 that you can. Yeah, what if my car breaks down? Well, I mean, I understand that, but like now you have $700 to make this. Yeah, but I'm paying in gas. Like, no, like you're trying to fix everything all at once. Let's fix one thing at a time, right? Like,
There are options out there. People just don't necessarily like the options.
Mhm.
Now, will I say that rent's out of control in the Grand Rapids area? Absolutely, it's out of control.
that's it.
And again, you're still one of the cheapest people around.
Yeah, and housing an apartment, or so a house and an apartment is way different. So a girl reach out or whatever, and she posted online. She's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a private landlord," and I always ask why, because I'm always intrigued,
Yeah.
right? And I will say, I don't know the percentages, but I will say most of them are because they have felonies or evictions,
Mhm.
which is shit I don't deal with, right? So you're just trying to push that. But like this person, I'll just pull it up. Sorry, this person had said, and here's where I think their expectation is wrong. And did I send you guys that screenshot? Of course now I can't go back. Here we go. Sorry to bother my. So I said when, how many beds, how many bath, budget, why a private landlord, as soon as possible, which is always a warning sign.
Yep.
At least 2 beds, roughly $1,000 a month. Also through private landlord is way easier communication, sometimes better deals with money, and all around people I know have told me it's much better. So I'm like, that's a good reason, right?
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's a good reason. It's not they're hiding, they're not trying to hide, but like, and she said it's usually cheaper money, right? Because corporations run for the money.
They do.
We run to get, I mean, most
You're running for money, but you're not running for
all of it right at once.
Yeah, you're not sitting there going, I'm going to get rich off of you now.
Right. And it's say 1,000, right? And I think to get a 2-bedroom house, like you're just, no, it's not going to happen. I mean,
You can get an apartment for that.
yeah, of course, right? And like that's what I'm like. I'm not like my houses. I got to stop renting them for cheap because there are value in those things.
There are.
And the one I'm working on is 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Right. I'm hoping to get 1,800 for it. Like,
Yeah.
Say I should get more. I should get $2,000 or whatever. But like I'll try to take like 18. I mean, I'm still going to be low. So and it's a full house with a fenced in backyard. It's got a garage. Like there's so many amenity aspects of the thing. So, knowing my last one, I should be getting anywhere from 18 to 24. I didn't really, and then I ended up taking 1450. But so that just tells you like how I'm failing myself, right?
Well, and again, I mean, we have this conversation a lot. So, you listen to renters and they're like, all landlords suck. All they are is out to screw you and they only want money and whatever.
Yep.
Nick, do all rentees suck?
Yes.
But that's not true.
Right.
I mean, you've told me before about some great people you've had in your places.
Yeah.
You were talking at the con about Charlie Chip's guy.
Yeah.
You loved having him as a renter.
I absolutely did. Right. I mean, he had his little faults, but like really it was a false positive for what he gave me,
Yeah.
And I say he was never home, we were never home. We just happened to pay for the building. Right. So it was great to have that. I do, and I'll give him a shout out, I guess. When I was on vacation, my Granville house got shot.
Yeah.
With a gun. 3 bullets. It broke one of the windows. And they had told me, and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, are you guys okay? Right. And I posted, hey, I'm looking for a window person. I'm out of town, blah, blah. Seeing how quickly my friends were like, yep, here's the person. And then my father-in-law was like, if you're talking about mine, I was planning to get it done at my work. And I was like, holy shit, they're going to take care of it. Like,
Yeah.
Awesome. Like, so I give them credit. Like, they're taking care of it. They're not, they're not. And I was like, thanks. That's great. Like, I bet when I get over there, the 2 spots in the drywall still have holes in it, but can't win them all.
Right.
So, but I was like really impressed that they're actually
Mhm.
taking care of it. So, it's not that I have to. It's and that's the other thing is like an agreement's kind of an agreement to me, right? Like I told him, you're renting the house for dirt cheap. Like you're taking care of everything,
Yeah.
right? I'm not selling you the house because in the end I'm going to get it for my inheritance anyway, right? Like, and it's mine. Like, you can just live here for a little above cost, and because I'm gonna have to put a roof on it. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
do the I put a water heater in it. I'm gonna have to do all the stuff, the main expensive stuff. So so it just and people be like, well, that's the landlord's thing. They have to fix it. The gun, no, like, right? Like, this is the agreement we had. Like, I had another window and I didn't charge the tenant and I should have, right? And I had 2 choices, charge or not. And her husband apparently got in with the wrong crowd aspect of things. Well, people tried breaking into my place. They broke my fucking window, like destroyed it. There's blood all over everything. People like, oh, well, it's no, like the tenant brought the bad person there, like, and she said it. If she never told me, she said, I don't know who it is. Like, okay, I mean, whose responsibility does that fall on, right? Like,
Right.
okay, yeah, well, accidents happen, things like, and people are, the thing that pisses me off is the answer. Like, let's say the window got shot. Let's go back to that, right? People are constantly, yeah, that's what insurance is for. You really like. Granted,
Are you going to turn that into insurance?
I choose to have a $5,000 deductible.
Right.
Okay. I could have a $1,000 deductible, but you really think I'm going to pay a $1,000 deductible for a $300 to $500 window?
Well, that's just it.
Like, no. Say, it's just frustrations in that aspect of things, the way people think.
People don't understand how insurance works. I swear to God. And we had a water leak because the people that owned the house before us had the fucking roof put on backwards.
Yeah.
So it was leaking in. So, we have a peak that comes into another area.
Nope.
So they had, instead of building it, that this one runs this way and this one then runs over top of it. So all the water runs off the roof.
Yep. They put it the other way.
They put it the other way. So the water ran in the crack.
Yep. It happened when I got a new roof on. That happened to my back porch.
Yeah.
And it rain just fucking pouring. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're going to go ahead and fix that real quick.
So I had Steve come look at it and he goes, we can absolutely fix it. He goes, but I don't know if insurance is going to be the way to go. Have him come out and look at it.
Yep.
I'm like, cool. So I had him come out and look at it. I told him, Steve, what they're going to give us. And he goes, yep, we can get it done for way less than that. You're going to make out good on this one. I'm like, cool.
There you go. Yeah.
So they cut me the check that they, were going to cut me. And Steve took, way less than he probably should have to fix it. And
yeah.
I was a happy guy because I made a little bit of money on it.
Yep.
Now, I have a $500 deductible and it was like, I want to say 4,000 in damage.
Sure.
And I think he fixed everything for 2,000, 2,500 maybe.
Yeah. So when I bought my first house, I mean, the week that we bought it, we had a big windstorm and it took off siding.
Mhm.
And I had a guy come out and he's like, no, we're going to get all new siding in the whole house because they have to match everything because otherwise it looked dumb. And the insurance company's like, no, you only get to replace this. And it was just a big headache or whatever. So anyway, they gave me a chunk to replace their stuff. And of course I had my contractor end up doing it. I resided my entire house. I built railings. I did interior work. Like I spent all the money on fixing up my house and I got so much more than what they were willing to offer. I redid the whole entire house.
Yeah.
And so it's just a matter of finding the right people.
Yeah.
So, anyway, back to the whole 65% of people living paycheck to paycheck. And the guy saying that a house is a basic life necessity or whatever the hell he called it.
Basic human right.
Basic human right. You don't have you have the right to purchase. You have the right to buy. You don't have the right to just get one, right? And when you say it's a human right is completely different than a want, right? Like, I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean,
Well, and I think where he's going is with this is everybody should have access to affordable housing.
yeah,
My question is, what does that look like?
what is affordable, right? And
Well, not only what is affordable housing look like? Maybe it's something different than what we currently have right now.
well, and we talk about it, right? And I try to be very clear on this. Okay, so let's say, and how many? And the problem is too many shitty people, and I don't know how to. Okay, so let's say you and your wife are not married.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you're dating, right? Back in the day. So she has a house, or she's renting a place, and then you move in. I mean, should your rent double because now you have double the income?
I mean, theoretically, it doesn't.
Right. But like,
I mean, honestly, it does not even theoretically. Theoretically, maybe it should.
right. So like, but now how many people are gonna lie and nobody's ever gonna end up
Well, that's just it.
so like, I mean, if you want it to be a fair thing, cool. Affordable housing. Yep. You could now you have a kid. Well, I shouldn't have to pay because I had a kid. It shouldn't be a thing. Well, now I'm in the landlord world. Like, you're using more water, you're using stuff like when we had a kid, we turned the heat up in our house. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Like if
You
I
have to.
if I have a boiler system, I'm paying for more of this. Like, so all I'm saying is, what does it look like, right? So are we singling out the single people? Are we making everybody that has two incomes be amazing? Like,
Somebody fills out a rental form for you,
Yep.
an application.
Yep.
How much do they have to make over rent?
3 times the amount of rent for income.
Okay. So basically,
And so that's the standard generic answer.
which equates,
Me on the other hand, there's so many different factors.
Right.
So if
So
you
basically
if you
you're-
go to a single family house
Uh-huh.
where you're paying for everything, 3 times the amount of rent for income. Okay. Because you are covering water, you're covering all the utilities.
Yeah.
If you go into one of my units, I go a little less, like 2.7, 2.8 type, because I'm covering heat, and you have to cover electric, and then I'm covering water. So it's like, like, because I notice that you're not paying those bills, and so I don't need you to cover those bills, kind of a thing. If that makes any sense,
Yeah.
right?
So basically, everybody's been told 30% of your take home
Yep.
should go to your housing.
Yep.
But what are the actual numbers we're at right now? I would venture to say it's closer to 50 to 55%.
If you're a single person,
I would say even if you're a family.
really.
Yeah, I would.
Well, so we figured it out, right? I mean,
Here we both go to the phone.
let's say, yeah. Average household income for Michigan. Household 45 to 64. So I guess that's not really fair. And then 65 and older actually goes down. I need to go 2 more rows. Sorry. So, all right. So, right, let's just call it the basic 25 to 44-year-olds, right? Because that's what it says.
Okay.
So $70,000 for household income. And I'm rounding down, just to let you guys know, it's $70,251 here in Michigan. And we'll go 70,000. Now we take that 70,000, divide it by 52 weeks, right? Is $1,346. 1,346. So, and what do you think? Well, let's find out what average rent. And well, the problem is that's through all of Michigan, so I don't know if
Yeah.
we find Grand Rapids. I mean,
Yeah, because there are some places that are incredibly cheap.
right. Oh, is there one out here? Average rent in Grand Rapids, and this is old, so that's not helpful. All right. Rental market trends, according to rent.com, is between 1,095 and 1,400. So if we take the middle of that, let's call it 1,250.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's just a real quick. So I'm not seeing 50%, I guess, at that point.
So, because I love numbers,
Yep.
average cost of housing in 2021
Mhm.
rose 5.6%.
Yep.
$22,624 a year.
Okay.
Which equates to just under 19,000 a month.
No.
Yeah.
22,000, 1,900 a month.
1,900 a month.
Yeah, there you
Did I
go.
say 19,000?
Yeah.
1,900.
I was like, no.
1,900 a month. Whereas the average American household spends an average of $61,335 a year.
Yeah.
So
People are over.
that's around 22%, I'd say. But still, I mean,
So 25% of your income, and that's how we tell
22. I said I meant 32%.
32. So, I mean, that's close. That's fine, right? But like, we tell people to spend. I mean, okay, so the banks allow you to get 33, right? And like everything goes to this number, and if you know, I personally tell people 25%, right? Like 20, because it will change your life. You just don't know it, right? Like, you know, if you're doing 25% and you can go because chances are if you have to go find a different job, it's going to be in that
37%.
it's going to be in that same realm, right? So, you know, and I think that's just because people are given the ability, right? I mean, I think Americans are stupid.
I would agree.
Right? Like, David, have you ever bought a BMW at $800.50 a month for a payment?
No.
Okay. I mean, the amount of BMW owners.
Ask me the highest car cost I've ever had.
What's the highest car payment you've ever had?
I think when I bought the first vehicle I bought for my wife, it was around $350 a month, and that was insane.
See, that's crazy to me.
It was crazy to me,
Really?
but I was young and stupid with money.
Well, like when we had a car payment or whatever, right? We went and I'm not afraid to admit it, I've had a car payment. It was $200. I think it might have been 202 because like I was pissed because it was above the 200, but I was like, whatever, it's $2, right? Like I again, and sure, I had a little higher mileage than I originally wanted. But like I settled, I chose that, right? Like, because those are the things that I like. I'd rather be comfortable, you know. At the time, you know, my house payment was 650, but you can't get a six. I literally just went and almost paid cash for a house, right?
Yeah.
Like and if you 30-yeared it out, it wouldn't be that price, right? Like, so people tell you can't find these deals. I literally just fucking did. Like,
The difference is they don't want those deals.
exactly, right?
They
Like,
they don't want a 6-year-old car with 120,000 miles on it.
right.
They want a 2-year-old car with 20,000 miles on it.
Yep.
So my Equinox downstairs,
Yep.
I bought it. It was a 2013. I bought it in the beginning of 2016. It had 19,000 miles.
Yep.
My payments were $299 a month.
Yeah. And that's seeing like, to me, that's just, you know, it's just crazy. Like,
I'm okay with car payments if they're less than 300.
yeah. And that's you've budgeted and you've
Yep.
thought about it.
That's what I look at. And I'm like, I'm okay at that.
Yep. And
Like, Yost just bought a new truck because his fourth engine died.
Yeah.
And his truck payment's like $500 a month.
which is really cheap for a truck.
No fucking way in hell.
No, but I mean, you know, I look at it, but if Americans have extra money to spend, they will spend it on depreciating assets.
Yes.
And I don't want to say that in like the fact that I'm picking on people because like really people, yeah, but why can't I have a nicer car? Well, you want a fucking nice house and you want a nice car? Like, it took me, I don't, do you think my car's nice?
I mean, it's nice looking from the outside.
I mean,
I haven't been inside in a while.
It's fucking trash, but like, dude, my bumper's half falling off right now. The rear's been like,
I love the color.
me too. But like, all I'm saying, I drive a 2010. What do you think about my truck?
Oh yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Right, like, but
it runs.
It drives. It goes from A to B.
How much you pay a month for that truck?
$0. Well, insurance, but I don't,
Right, but
right, like
your
nothing.
Your mortgage, your car payment is
Nothing.
right.
Right. My car, nothing. My wife's vehicle, nothing.
Well, you know, my Bluetooth going out in the Equinox.
Yeah.
People are like, well, do you want to get a new car? No, it's been paid off for 1 fucking year. It's got 120,000 miles on it.
Right. It'll last you.
I'm not going to sit there and throw $1,200 into it for a new fucking radio. That's
Right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll just live with it.
Say I can put speakerphone on. Right. And that's the thing is like people want all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like I get you want it, but save up for it and do it, right? Do it the financially smart way, because everybody looks at, oh, all you care about is money. No, not at all. That's not true. Like, I just went on vacation, right? And yeah, and I bitched about going to a $550 park when I also went to Aquatica and SeaWorld, and those cost me, $35 a piece. So, like,
Right.
I went during the off time. I did this random stuff. Like, my flights were $89. My hotel originally was $540. Like, I was $800 into a trip for my family. Like, 7 days, we could have had a great blast, right? Like, and then technically add the 2 parks, and I would have been at $1,000. So
Yeah.
7 days, like 6 nights, and then we ended up spending more and food and stuff like that, because we went to a Brazilian steakhouse. I'm not gonna lie about that. We went to in the one park, Adventure Island, Universal. It's in a world renowned. It's the nation's best food place amusement park, and actually the food inside was really good. Like, it was Michelin, not starred, but it was a back type thing, like, they're like, hey, yeah, you should have it, but you're not, so, like, it was, and yeah, okay, it was 20 some bucks a plate, right? Like, but it was good. Like, I'm fine with that, right? Like, where I could have bought a $14 hot dog, I was like, I'll pay the extra money to have a nice little thing.
Well, one of the things we were talking about at the con was, talking about these things that people collect, like me.
Yeah.
And, if you can look at the fact that they'll appreciate or depreciate in price. And one guy goes, well, everything I've ever collected has gone down in price. Well, you're collecting the wrong shit then, dude.
Well, that's exactly it. He was in the NASCAR stuff.
Yeah.
Sure, in the 90s, right, you can get rid of my dad did my dad sold at the right time. That's all it was. And, but he's like, yeah, my Dale Earnhardt autograph thing's only worth $8. It was up to $160. And I was like, 160 you should have sold, but you thought you were on a gold mine and you held out. And, like, I'm not saying what you did was wrong. I'm not saying what you did was right, but, like, that's how trends go. That's how things happen. Like, and, but, so given the opportunity, I mean, cars just happens to be the easiest thing to pick on, because people will overspend like crazy. Yeah, but car prices, they're so high. Everybody needs a car. Yeah, I get that, right? But, like, you can go buy.
Let me ask you this. Our mass transit here is shit.
Yeah.
But let's say you lived in Chicago.
Yep.
Would you own a car?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well, I'm different than you.
I wouldn't own a car.
Right.
If I needed a car, I'd just go rent one.
Well, that's what
I just use the CTA.
Right. And I say renting a car. Yeah. Like, now it's a different thing. But, like, I told my niece, I was like, look, if you don't want to get your license, it's fine. Go live in Chicago, go live in New York. Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't
someplace you don't have to have a car.
Right. 100%. But me being the person, like, I feel like, because I'm raised here, and, like, because my car, I mean, it just feels so trapped not having one. I don't love riding with others.
Yep.
Like,
I get it.
It's just, I want my vehicle. And so, but yeah, given had I been, I mean, my friends, I know so many people without cars, right? Well,
look at Elmer.
Right. He was on a pedal bike forever.
Yeah.
And
he took the bus in Grand Rapids.
Right. To me, it's the opportunity to go see the world. Right. So, and as you said, my buddy from New York, he made $2.5 million a year. Didn't have a fucking vehicle. Went to Texas, and now they have 2 of them.
Yeah.
And sure, he makes good money, made good money, whatever. And I was like, man, you can just go get a Toyota Corolla or whatever. He's like, yeah, no. My wife got an Escalade, and he got not a fucking Porsche, but he got like an Audi A8 or something. Yeah. Right. Like, and I'm like, dude, that's the whole thing. Like,
expensive vehicles.
Exactly. Right. Like, and he doesn't need the money. I don't know his whole life financial setup of things, but, like, you could just buy a $30,000 vehicle, like 20,000 miles on it. It's going to last you forever. It's going to have a great warranty, like this type of stuff. Yeah. Like, just go do those types of things. But nope. I mean, people want that. Yeah, but I have to have this. No, you don't. Like,
you have to look at what you have to have.
Yep.
Dawn gets pissed because a new Funko will come out, and I'm like, oh, gotta get that one.
Gotta get it.
No, I don't have to do anything,
right,
but I want to get that. And if I have the ability to do it, I'm just going to go do it.
Yep.
She gets pissed because we can't buy presents for each other because we're old fucks.
Right.
And if I want something and I see it, I'm buying it.
Yeah. Well, it's, and I don't know. My niece didn't tell me how much she has, but I will tell you that she doesn't have enough money saved up. I'll tell you that, right?
Oh, I believe it.
because oh well, that's and then she told me 'cause she worked at the other job or whatever. She's like, yeah, but because inventory, I got bigger check or whatever, and I'll have more money leaving here than what I had. And I was like, Jesus crime, like I thought you said you've been saving for getting out, and I thought you've been saving for this, and I thought you've been what the shit? Like that's why, like I don't know. She's not automating anything. She's not doing it like, and that's where it pisses me off. So,
No, I totally get that.
because I'm sitting here going, hey, help yourself. Like,
Mhm.
and she's not like, and that's where it bothers
Very
me.
much an 18-year-old.
She's 19 now. She just had
Very
her
much an
birthday.
18-year-old.
Yeah. But, and you want to bitch about how you want a house and you want to bitch about how this should be affordable and stuff like that. But like, again, if we break down her life, sure, she has 2 part-time jobs, which is fine. I don't care what you're doing, but like you're telling me that I should be able to afford to live by my own. But I mean, in theory, I don't know her, but like we could lay it all. I mean, Caitlin's a little older now, but like she works one job, doesn't make that much money, and lives on her own condo, right?
Yeah.
Like my niece, she's been working now for a year out of school, has I don't know, I'd say less than $1,000. She's the average American, less than $1,000 in your bank account. And I'm like, okay, so let's say on average you're getting $200 a week. I told you to put half of it away. Like you live at home with no rent. Like, stop.
So, not to bag on her
Granted, she also eats fucking the most expensive thing every time she goes out.
every time. But not to bag on her or anything, but she wanted a session here with her friend.
Yeah,
Now, if you come in at an off time and you're an employee,
yeah.
Dawn will give you your first session free.
Oh, okay,
She wanted it on a fucking Saturday,
sure.
so she paid.
Yeah,
Now, Dawn threw her, a small printer for free,
sure.
but she told her, "Listen, we're busy that day. We're going to sell that spot, so you're paying for it."
Yeah, which is fine.
And we have people will cancel like we have a 0 cancellation policy. If you want to rebook, we can rebook,
Sure.
but within 24 hours, you're fucking shit out of luck.
Right.
So somebody calls the other day and they're like, well, I'm not going to make my appointment in 2 hours. And Don's like, that's fine. We can issue you a gift card for minus $20 of what you spent. Why do I have to pay $20?
Just I could have sold that spot.
Because that spot would have been taken by somebody else. And now you're not here and I can't sell that spot because it's too late.
Right.
Well, I don't like that. I don't technically have to do anything.
Right.
Your time is in 2 hours. We'll see you then. Oh, I don't like that either. Okay, then deal with the $20.
Right. I'm just saying, and that's I don't know, like we you have to know that going in, right? Like, I mean,
Again, don't you want to be educated on shit you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Did you know what things were gonna cost when you went? Like, not necessarily food and shit, but did you know what the parks were gonna cost?
The park, the Universal, no, I had no fucking clue. Well,
Okay.
I did because I looked it up, but
Well, that's what I mean. You looked it up.
yeah,
So you had a ballpark idea
yes,
of what you were gonna spend.
Yep.
And did you have sticker shock?
yes,
Why?
because I went to the other parks and like
And paid way less.
right. Well, I didn't have sticker shock. I knew it. I just hated paying it. Right. So like I can't
Right.
say I had sticker.
So you
like
you knew it, and you didn't like it.
Right. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse, right? So let's give that as an example. Like going into it, like I'm like, all right, I know that it's $40 a piece. And then I called around and we found the place for like 27 for lunch or whatever, right? And I was like, cool. And my niece is like, oh man. And I was like, didn't ask you to pay, like just go and enjoy yourself, right? But like, I look into everything as
Yep.
much as possible, right? Like
So do I, because I don't want to be blindsided by something.
like if I would have walked into the park and they were like $500 to get into Universal, I would have been like, nope. But like going, like we made an educated decision because we talked about it the night before. We're like, okay, she wants to go. It's her birthday. Should we do it? Like, do we have the money? Yes. Do we want to spend the money?
No.
No. But my wife said yes. And again, our vacation account is meant for that.
Yeah.
If we have it, we're allowed to spend it. If that's what you want to do, we'll do it. Right. It's fucked up, right? Like give the opportunity. I went to a Kansas City Royals game, paid for everybody's ticket, stuff like that with like her family. And it was the same price as what I paid to go to this theme park. I would choose a fucking Royals game all day, every day, even though I had a good time. Like, I'm just like, yeah,
Mike and I were sitting there on Sunday talking about, the future when we look to retire.
Yeah.
And he's like, it may turn into a point where I say, hey, I'm going to live in half of your house down in Plainwell. I'm like, great, because that's going to be, probably my house from Monday through Thursday out of the week.
Right.
Because I plan on a hot tub and an indoor pool because I want to do what I want to do.
Right.
And hell, if he's in it, then I don't have to worry about being there all the time because somebody's there taking care of the place.
Yep.
And I said, I mean, when we look at things, him and I are talking about retirement, but we're not talking about stopping working.
Right.
We want to do what we want to do. I said, I want the ability to say, hey, Mike, you want to take 3 weeks and go from Fenway to Miami?
Yeah.
He goes, man, we could do Fenway, both New York ballparks, Philadelphia, the Nationals,
Yep.
Camden,
Baltimore.
Well, Camden, yeah.
Yep.
He goes, and Miami, that's great, but we can also hit like Tampa Bay and Atlanta on the way back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm looking at longer term and things I would like to do. I love ballparks.
Yeah.
Like, you ever go to a pro football game?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
They're fine.
All right.
I think it's better on TV.
Yeah. Because you could see more of it.
Right. And it's not like football stadiums have that much character.
No.
Every football stadium is basically the same because the field is the same.
Right.
Whereas every baseball park is different.
Completely. And you get to see so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like the old parks, like the Polo Grounds with that cutout in center field. I
Yep.
love Tiger Stadium, the 440 to dead center field.
Save that. We're gonna save it for the baseball
Okay.
episode. We're already getting excited about it. But
Yeah.
no, I pre-plan, and that's the thing is, again, we didn't do the things I wanted to, because again, my wife doesn't love to pre-plan things, but I also missed out on a lot of things because we didn't pre-plan things.
Yes.
Right. And that it only hurt me. And, again, it's not a big deal. It's a big deal because I'm talking about it, but it's really not. I don't really care. I'll go next year and I'll just make it a priority and be like, hey, I'm
Right.
going to this. Right. So,
Come or don't.
right. No, so I say sticker shock, yes and no. But again, we'll talk about, I talked about that in the vacation episode. Best thing my wife and I ever did. And it's funny because the thing popped up in my memories. I made a big post about it. I was like, I can say it saved my marriage in the sense of like, we used to fight about because I would never go to Universal, given the opportunity. Like I can go to SeaWorld for $30 and do that, right? So if we have it, we get to spend it. It's in the vacation account. We diligently both work to fund that vacation account. We do the right things, and that's what it's all about to us. Is, and yeah, now saying it, like my wife goes, "Do you regret going?" And I was like, kind of, because I didn't get my $500 of enjoyment out of it, right? But like, it would have been different, I guess. My kid's 48 inches, and we thought she could ride everything. You have to be 52 to ride the big coasters. Yeah. And she just wanted to ride them so bad. And like, I always wanted to ride those things, man. And Harry Potter was smaller than I thought it was going to be. Which was, I guess I just thought it was going to be, because it should be a massive draw. And I get that they're building it for 10 years from now and there'll be something else coming. Yeah. But, and we didn't do the 2-park hopper thing. So we didn't, the other one has the same size. So yeah, if they had both of them in one park, I'd probably be happier. But, I don't know. It just, the difference of what my age is and what I can do currently and stuff like that. So,
well, I mean, the parks have gotten extremely expensive,
right?
Because Disney's god awful.
Yeah, $150 a ticket.
Well, I appreciate Vanessa going, I love Disney. I want to go to Disney. I went to Disney the last time in 2001, and then we went last year.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to Disney at some point. Yeah. But it'll probably be 15 years.
Yeah. Well, because, do you regret going to...
No.
To spending the money on it or anything?
No.
So you had a good time?
Yeah, we had a good time. I really wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
So I got to do what I wanted to do. Dawn really wanted to go to Wild Kingdom or whatever they call it.
Magic Kingdom, yep.
No.
Animal Kingdom.
The Animal Kingdom.
Yep, sorry.
And I really enjoyed it there. I did. We love animals. So, yeah. Anytime we can be around animals, we're happy. So, I don't regret it for a minute.
Yep.
Do I feel like we got our money's worth? Probably not.
Right.
Because we spent a lot of money to go to these places. And was it worth it for that? I don't know. I don't really ride rides. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we rode a few. We did the Millennium Falcon, which was fun.
Yep.
We did Rise of the Resistance, which was fun. I think we did one more ride at Hollywood Studios. That was it.
Sure.
All I was there for was Galaxy's Edge. I didn't care about cars. I didn't care about Toy Story, any of the other shit they had.
Sure.
And I asked Dawn and Caitlin, and they're both like, yeah, we don't really care about doing any of those. Cool.
Yeah.
Spent the whole time at Star Wars.
Oh, there you go. Well, seeing like, I don't know. We went to the one that we went to because I don't know why, but we had the choice of the two. And I was like, well, this other one has Minions and it has the other stuff. And I was like, I'd rather go to that one. They both have the Harry Potter thing or whatever. So, but, you know, I say my niece liked it. She had a good time. We had butterbeers, which was a fun experience, things to do. And I think getting into there, because there's this one place and they have toys and trinkets and fun, but there was nothing of fun inside of it. It was just candy. And I was pissed about it because I was like, I want magic. I want, you know, like, I love being entertained and I want to be entertained on a constant basis. So I rode 5 rides there. It was, you know, they had big boy rides. It was just fun.
I saw a TikTok that reminded me of you.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I should go TikTok live.
We should. I don't think it was a TikTok actually. I think it was something that Deja shared. Not to buy kids toys.
Yeah.
Because kids have a shit ton of toys. They play with them for 10 minutes and they never play with that toy again.
Yep.
I'm like, boy, this reminds me of Nick. And then it talked about, you want to do something special with my kid? Take him somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that's the stuff they'll remember. Take him to dinner or take him to a movie or go do something with them.
Yep.
And I'm like, boy, that's really good.
Yeah. That's like, we did buy, right? She has, if I had to pick, like, now she's 7, we've probably bought her 7 toys.
Mhm.
I mean, if I had to put a number on it, like literally everything, if you come to my house, everything else comes from other people, right? Don't get me wrong. I got 2 free. I got a Disney or the Barbie Dream House and like a Monster High Dream House. Like they're huge fucking items. Like she doesn't play with them. I got them for free. They sit in my basement. But like everything comes from other people, like gifts and all. Like we give our daughter experiences beyond belief. So
that's what she's gonna remember. It really is.
That's exactly it, right?
Like I remember some of my toys, but not all of them.
Right. I mean, it's funny because we had the toy museum, or we had and I'm like looking at it. I was like, that was at my grandma's. That was and like I'm looking and going, yeah, I had a Slinky. I mean, but really everything else is like, I don't know. These are my toys, but they were also my aunts and uncles' toys. So,
when you look at going back to the collectible thing, when you look at the collectibles, if you're buying stuff strictly to make money, that's as big of a gamble as putting it in the market. It's probably a bigger gamble.
Worse, it's a worse gamble if you ask me.
I mean, you had said to somebody, you know, if you have somebody autograph a picture, if they autograph it to you, it's not worth as much as if they just autograph it.
Yep.
And that's absolutely true. Now, I love sports. Okay. I love the Bears. I love the Cubs. I have random Cubs and Bears autographs from people that they're not worth much.
Right.
But
they're worth everything to you.
Yeah. The players were important to me.
Yep.
And I sit there and I look at it and go, man, I love that guy.
Yeah. You throw Tim Biakabatuka. Right?
Yeah.
Played half a season, right? Like it was my brother and I's like favorite player. I have an autograph. It's worth $0.00. If you say the name to most people, they're like, "Who?" I'm like,
he's a great running back.
Played Carolina Panthers. You know, it just
loved him at Michigan.
Right. You know, but he's nothing, right? Nobody, like, type of a thing. So you know, I remember back in the day, like I had some cards and stuff. Well, here, this, and yeah, you got nothing I want, kid. I'm like, great, you know. So you got $100 back then was a shit ton to me. So probably $100 worth of cards and nothing can get bought, right?
Well, you know, it's funny because catcher's always been the position that I'm drawn to catchers. I don't know why. I never caught.
You and me both.
But I'm totally drawn to catchers. And it's not like I'm never sitting there going, oh my God, Johnny Bench. I'm sitting there going,
Mike Piazza.
Not even him. I'm like, oh man, you know who I really liked in 1987 because Matt Noakes and Mike Heath behind the plate for the Tigers. That was great. And then in 89, I loved the fact that Rick Rona and Joe Girardi were behind the plate for the Cubs, and sometimes Damon Berry. And I think of these people, and people are like, who?
Yeah. No, and that's, you know, but it's the things that you catch, right?
Yeah.
And, but all right, I think we're gonna hit TikTok. So everybody like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna start saying that in the beginning, just so we can get people to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, if you have show ideas, please hit us up.
Yeah.
We will be back next week. I don't know what we're talking about, but we'll figure it out. We'll be back Saturday, honestly, with baseball episode.
Baseball, join us.
All right,
So.
talk to you guys soon.
You've dialed in.
To Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Because
stuff.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
Brews.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and Brews.